Hey there, guys. Hope everything's going good. I've wondered this, and I got this idea actually watching. I was watching another video, and it got me thinking because I've wondered, like, we've seen a number of manufacturers manufacture the hockey jerseys, and it got me thinking, what one was the best? Now we've had CCM. We've had starter slash pro player, which is basically the same thing. Uh, we had we've had we had Nike for a couple years. We had, of course, Reebok, and we just, of course, have just had Adidas, and now we're going to be going into the fanatics phase here. And I was kind of curious, like, what one's the best? Now, oddly enough, I don't currently have my Nike jersey here. I think the couple that I have, I think, are buried somewhere back in these totes here. But the Nike ones were, at least in the mid to late '90s, they were very similar to CCM. So I mean, they weren't too bad, but it kind of had me wondering, and I thought I would take a look at some of the jerseys from these different eras. And I'll start out with, here's one that I've had for a good while. Here is my Blasty jersey, my original Blasty jersey. Of course, this is CCM. And of course, CCM is, I mean, the jerseys were fantastic. I mean, these were always cool. I always did like to, especially on the replicas, they would put the little CCM tag on the sleeve. Coho, of course, would do the same thing, but Coho was basically CCM's. They were the same. They were the same company, and so CCM and Coho really are the same. But I mean, CCM, the logos were always fantastic. Of course, the shoulder logos, everything's embroidered here. Everything looks great, and they hold up really well. I mean, I've had this since, oh, I think college, maybe like later in college, or maybe right after I got out of college. So I mean, we're talking 1999, 2000, somewhere in there, maybe '01 that I've had this. I've had this for a long time, and I always loved CCM. I always thought CCM was an incredible company. Now, CCM had the jerseys for a while, but then they started kind of bringing in some different manufacturers. They decided, hey, let's bring in this. Let's have Starter start making jerseys. Now, one big thing about Starter is the fact that these were made. This one here, I don't know if you can see the tag. It's kind of, you might not necessarily be able to see it that well. Made in Korea. Problem number one, made in Korea. The material is it's not that great. The material is, I mean, if you can get a good, the material is it's not that great. And they tried, I swear, they tried to make it kind of like the authentic, with the way they did the stitching around the elbows and that. But I guess I wasn't that crazy about it. The necklines were okay. I actually didn't mind the neckline. The neckline was very CCM like. As you can kind of tell from the neckline there. I mean, this is very CCM like. but the material was not. And the logos were just not. I mean, the logos were just. I mean, they're flimsy. They're very bubbly, and it just it. I was never that fond of them. I mean, look what you can do. I mean, look at this. You know, you're not supposed to do that with a logo. I swear that was being able to do that, to be able to do that with the logos was basically, almost like a template for the Fanatics breakaway jerseys, which are horrible. But yeah, I was never crazy. I was never too crazy about the starter jerseys. I mean, I remember when I went and got this, I was just like, well, I'll get it and see what it looks like. And I looked at it and I was just like, yeah, no, not too crazy about that one. I will say, let's see. Is it back here? Let me see here. Or did I put that somewhere else? Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's do a little comparison here of Canuck jerseys. This is my CCM jersey. Now, you go and you look at the logos here. This, of course, this is the starter jersey with the logo that you can bend and fold, and it's all bubbly and all that. Let's compare it to the CCM logo. The CCM looks so much nicer. And to me, the CCM one, I think, especially in the light, it kind of pops more. It pops a little more, and the material, to me, is way better. I mean, of course, this made in Korea, this made in Canada. Call me crazy. I'll take the Canadian one. I'll take the Canadian one every time. But yeah, it just starter to me was just not that great. I was not that big of a fan of the starter jerseys. So, needless to say, starter didn't last very long. They went back to CCM. They went back to CCM / Coho. Here is one of my Coho jerseys. Of course, there's the Coho tag. You have, of course, the Coho logo, of course, on the sleeve here. This, of course, this is my Mario Lemieux. This, of course, was the Penguins' third when they first started going back to the skating penguin from the Robo Penguin. They still had the Robo Penguin on the shoulder. And this was a nice jersey. I really did like this. This design was fantastic. And this, of course, the numbers are fantastic. The numbers, I mean, these are numbers they don't move, even though they're not sewn on. They're glued on so well. These have never moved. They never will move, which is nice. But then something happened. Something happened in 2007, and it kind of threw everything off. 2007, they decided to go to Reebok. Now, Reebok, for the first couple years, wasn't too bad. Reebok basically made these, just with the Reebok logo on them. But then Reebok decided, we're going to totally change the template. We are going to totally go away from the template that made sense to this Reebok Edge system template. And you went from a Pittsburgh Penguin jersey that looked like this, that actually looked pretty nice. You went from that to this. Seriously. What the hell is this? Why? And there were a number of teams that went with this type of, it's like what you took the same look and just changed the colors around for a number of different teams. The Ottawa Senators had this very design, this very thing, only in red, black, and white. But it's this exact same thing, the exact same jersey. I could never figure it out. I never understood why. It just none of that made sense. But then you had the other thing with Reebok, of course, was this, and this was San Jose's. This was okay. I like this. This jersey was nice. This was a very nice jersey. But then they changed it around. They took away the hem. They took away the bottom hems because they wanted to make everything look like pajamas. But the one main thing that I did not like about the Reebok jerseys initially was the shoulder logos here. This, of course, these are these. If I can grab a hold of it here. These are these very. Look at this. It's this one layer printed vinyl. It looks awful. The first Reebok jersey I saw in this template was an All-Star jersey. And I thought, you can't be serious. It was this material. The main logo on the front was this one layer screen printed vinyl. This was going to be on the front of the jersey. It looked awful. I'm like, you can't be serious. That's what they're doing? And I thought that is going to absolutely be horrible. Now, thankfully, I think mainly from a lot of fan hate or whatever, they didn't do that. They kept them on the shoulder. I still thought they looked kind of crappy on the shoulder, but it wasn't as bad because the shoulder logos aren't anywhere near as big as the main logo. But I still wasn't that crazy about those. And the Reebok ones were, like I said, they were okay. But again, when you're talking about these things, you might kind of be able to see a little bit here. I mean, can you see the snags? I mean, you sneeze on these things and they snag. They were just, you couldn't wear them around a lot of things because it'd be so easy to catch on something and all of a sudden you pull a big string out of it. Which kind of makes me think, is there any real snags on this one? I know damn well I think I've snagged this one before. But it just, and if I haven't, I'm kind of surprised. But, the Reebok ones were just, they were okay, but some of them just didn't make sense, with the piping they had, the fact that you had a number of teams that just looked at one particular design and said, yeah, we'll keep that look, but just in our colors. What? I mean, the Dallas Stars had to completely change their logo, their jerseys around, because Reebok said, well, we can't do that Star jersey, that 1999 Star jersey that they won the Stanley Cup in. Well, we can't really do that design. Our template won't let us, we can't do that jersey with this template. Okay, then scrap the template. What the hell are you thinking? You took one of the most beautiful looking jerseys and made it into one of the more just plain bleh college jerseys. Freaking Dallas with the number on it. What? Like, what are we playing college here? These guys are not playing in university here. But that's what it looked like. And because Reebok, we can't do that with our template. Well, take the template and throw it away then, because none of that made any sense. But then after Reebok, they decide, all right, we're gonna go with Adidas. And Adidas, of course, they go with a look like this, which is a nice jersey. This is a very nice jersey. The logos, of course, are pretty cool. This, of course, is a Climalite. This is what they first had. One of the first years. This is not a first year Arizona Coyotes jersey. This is not from the first year because it doesn't have the button. But this, I think, was like the second year. But I mean, this was okay. This was not bad. The logo, of course, it's it's nicely embroidered. It, of course, it's stitched on, so it's not going anywhere. It's very, very nice. The Howling Coyote was very cool. The one thing about this, though, kind of like how Reebok did it. You had the shoulder logos. There's no real embroidery here. As you can kind of see, it's this malleable kind of material. You can just go like that, and it's just kind of That, of course, would change. But it didn't change until just, 2 years ago? Last year? Something like that? And, of course, they still kept that for a little bit, because this is an Aero Ready from the Reverse Retro series. And I love this jersey. This jersey, I really love this jersey. The Ottawa Senators, I thought, for the Reverse Retro 1.0, I thought they hit it out of the park with this one. This one, a lot of people weren't crazy about it. I love it. But again, they kept the same type of, non-embroidered, just really kind of type of shoulder logos. But that would change with the introduction of the Primegreens. Of course, as you can see, there's the Primegreen logo right there. But the cool thing that they did with this, they went to the fully embroidered shoulder logos. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I'm really glad that they went to the fully embroidered shoulder logos. I wish they would have done that from the start. But yeah. So I mean, we've gotten through the Adidas. And of course, the cool thing is about the Primegreen, when you look at the Primegreen, I don't think I showed this, is you have if you can kind of see on camera here, you can see that's all raised embroidery. Of course, going around the Centurion head, you can see all the raised embroidery there. It looks really, really nice. And I thought that was a really good touch with the Primegreen logos. Again, why had nobody thought about doing that back in 2017 when Adidas took over? I don't know. But now Adidas is done. They are done doing the jerseys. And we are going into the Fanatics era. It'll be interesting to see what the Fanatics jerseys look like. We'll probably get our first look at those at the draft, I'm guessing. And we'll see what they look like. But let me know what you guys think. What jersey manufacturer do you think was best? Do you like the starter/pro player? Do you like the Reebok, the Adidas, or me personally? I still think, even though the Adidas Primegreen are awesome, for me, it's still CCM. CCM/Coho, to me, were the best manufactured jerseys. They fit nice, fully embroidered front logos and shoulder logos. The customization was always top notch, as you could see from my Lemieux jersey here. None of this is one piece. This is all three. This is all each layer. This is three layer tackle twill, with the numbers being that glacier twill type thing, which looks incredible. And that was always a beauty of CCM/Coho. They didn't go to that one layer vinyl that Reebok did, that even Adidas did for a little bit. That one layer vinyl, at least the customization, the number kits, the one layer names and numbers, just horrible. And I hope that with Fanatics, they get away from that whole one layer crap. But we'll have to wait and see. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do. Apparently, for at least the first year, it's supposed to be basically the Adidas Primegreen, only with the Fanatics logo on it. We'll see. There's talk of, they will have a made in Canada version, an Indonesian version, and apparently, like the Indo version, they won't really be, that different in price. I'm not sure whether or not, my two main places that I get jerseys from, which are sportsk.com and Ben H Sports. I'm not sure yet totally if they're even going to get any of the Fanatics jerseys. I think they might be. I could very easily see them wait until they see what they look like and then figure it out. But I mean, those are two of my those are basically my two go-tos for when it comes to hockey jerseys. And I do think at some point I will probably at least have to get one Fanatics. Not the breakaway either, but at least one Fanatics to kind of put in with these other jersey manufacturers. And this is a visit this is a topic I could, maybe revisit here next year, next season, or next year at some point. But let me know what you guys think. What manufacturer did you guys like best? Did you like CCM? Did you like Starter, Pro Player, Reebok, Adidas? Which one's the best in your guys' book? Again, to me, it's CCM all the way. Let me know, though, your thoughts in the comments section. Hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. The algorithm would love that. Also, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated, and I think the algorithm would like it too, you'd hit that subscribe button. And, let the comments fly. What manufacturer did you like best? The more comments, that means the algorithm sees that there's traffic going through. And, and if you would like to share this particular video with friends, family, whoever, go right ahead. Again, let me know what your favorite manufacturer is. Which one made the best jerseys? Again, to me, CCM all the way. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I will see you guys later.